Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your local problematic Leo, and today on a dress to kill, I know, I haven't said that in ages, but I do have to kind of give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer. It is going to be a very casual dress to kill. If you didn't notice from the very first part of this video, there was actually no intro, and that's mainly because of the fact that my computer died the day before Christmas Eve. The main boot hard drive just was totally out, and I had to figure out how to recover everything and do all of that kind of stuff. Now, I did build this computer, so I was able to kind of reverse engineer things and work everything out. So we're kind of working at 85% capacity. So the intro, not here. I'm gonna have to dig around for the music and some other things, but I will hopefully figure it out. So we're keeping it kind of casual today. Now, as you can see, we are going to be addressing Qorvex, the newest Warframe, and I'll give you a quick rundown on my feelings about him. He's okay. He's fine, I guess, and you know what? His visuals really do match up to his theme. I feel like all of his abilities are basically centered around smushing people into a little area and then just shooting them or ultimating them, or getting them in range of those weird towers that he's got going on. That's basically it, and I kind of like how his passive and all of that kind of stuff play in to all of this. I'm going to shoot down this corridor. Works for me. But beyond that, he's fine. Now, as you can see, we are in the kind of starter area for him where you can purchase him and you can kind of see what he looks like without my customizations. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a part of me that looked at him and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with him? He's like concrete. He's basically a brick. And if I'm gonna be honest, I was actually only gonna start this video with 2 different customizations, but I got some inspiration last minute. But at least all of the linearity does kind of go with his line theme. But after I kind of digged my heels in, I went ahead and I came up with a couple looks. So let's go ahead and take a look at those today. Alright, so it has been quite a while since I've done a customization video, so bear with me if things are a little bit rough and they're not quite the way that they used to be. For anybody who's a little bit newer to the channel, I am going to have all of the codes listed down in the description box below that'll give you all of the colors and anything else that you might need from there. Just keep in mind, and I did get a couple questions on this, when I was not doing any of the YouTube stuff, they're like, what does C and what does R stand for? So let's cover that real quick. C is gonna be column, so these up and down areas, and then R is gonna be row. So this is the first column, this is the 5th column, this is the first row, this is the last row. I have it in numerical order. It'll all make sense when you get to it. All right, so let's take a look at the first customization. And as you guys know, this is the classic Rob style customization. I did kind of go for this warm marble, and I kind of really like how it's just soft and rosy and a little bit beigey. Now, we'll talk about attachments in a second, but we had to get that official Rob C3 R3 Storm Rose Gold, because rose gold is not pink, it's a rosy gold. We gotta stick to that. We stick to our guns. So it's all in all pretty classic. Now, when it comes down to the actual attachments, oh, baby boy, can I just say, I don't like a lot of attachments on Qorvex. And is it me, or is the crown? The one thing that I like that I've come back to is they have the signas, all right? And is it me, or does that signa, the mag heirloom signa, kind of feel he could be friends with Hildren? You know what I mean? Or maybe they could be friends with Hildren, if you know what I'm saying, but I was like, oh my god, okay, kind of looks really, really good with the whole tower theme going on, and I actually really like the Alastorn customizations. Now, I did start with the Alastorn shoulder plates because you can even see that I had a teal color going along with it. I was like, ooh, that's a nice little pop of color contrast. But for those of you guys who don't know, I actually take all of these customizations into missions with me, and I see what they look like. I see what they look like in lighting. And I don't know. I just couldn't get behind it after I had it on there. One thing else that I will point on, that was really weird grammar. I also really did like the AO specs stuff on there, but I have to say the shoulder plates, as specifically for Qorvex, the shoulder plates are just a pain. I could not find shoulder plates that made me feel good. There's only like one set of shoulder plates that I really liked. It wasn't these ones, but it did kind of mimic the shape of the mag signa, so I could kind of forgive it. You know what I mean? You kind of like make little leeways for certain things. So I went ahead and just settled for the Fracta, which, I mean, goes so well with so many different things. But I kept the Alistair little dangly bits because I was like, oh, those are nice little touches, and you feel a little bit fancy with it. And of course, with the Gloriana, what is it called? Oh my god, Ephemera. We had to go with the classic, oh my god, I even forgot the name of my own Sayandana. What is the name of my Sayandana again? Wow, I've been gone for so long. The Officium. The Officium. Ooh, I feel like that was a little bit of a sin. So this is look number 1. One of the other things that I will say, another ephemera that I really did like on this, and kind of goes with the theme, but I just use it too much. I use it way too much because I love it, is going to be the Seraphire. Like, it just looks like, ooh, it just looks really intense, and I'm kind of super into that too, you know? But the one disappointing one, and this was originally what I was actually going to put onto this, where is that? It's the Frostfall one. So the reason that I really like the Frostfall one is because, look at this. It just kind of gives like a different texture to the whole thing. Did not realize that it would summon a storm cloud over your freaking head. And I was like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad, right? No, I took it into a mission, and legitimately, it was just this storm cloud, always and forever, over my head, everywhere I went. And I was like, I don't know if I could put up with it, but I decided that I was not going to put up with it. It might be cool and thematic, but I'm not 100% into it. So I had to put it away. But if you like the storm cloud look, and you like how it's almost a little bit crystalline, I would say get on the Frostfall train. Plus, I mean, it's thematic for winter, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at our next look. Now, the next one is going to be a little bit of a lot, but the thing that it's based off of is a little bit of a lot. All right, so look number 2 is based off of bismuth. Now, because like really I had to dig deep for these ones and really figure out what the heck I was going to do with rock and lines, you know? They were calling this the brutalist Warframe, and I'm like, yeah, it's brutal customizing it. Now, bismuth is kind of a couple different things, and I actually played a lot with the energy color on this. Note, that is not rose gold. That is kind of like this almost like dingy gold color that you can find in bismuth. But I went ahead and layered different energy colors, specifically with the, oh my god, what is this called? What is this called? The Protovire Ephemera. I could go big, and we could go with like the Apex and all of that kind of stuff with the Protovire, but I feel like it's just a lot, and I mean, this is already a lot for me. I'm like, we're already doing too much, I feel, and I feel like the big digital penis that they've got going on there is maybe a little too much. So I went ahead and dialed it back, but you know what? If a lot is good for you, you can do that. Now, this is going to be one of those strange things. I don't know if you can actually see it necessarily, but the emissive and the energy are very different. Usually I keep them the same, but the emissives for the Sayandana are actually different. It's got a little bit of a rose goldy glow, as opposed to having the bluish glow, because for those of you guys who don't know, freaking bismuth just has, I'll put a picture on the screen somewhere at some point to show what bismuth is, and I will be honest with you, I don't think that I 100% captured everything that is bismuth, but bismuth can be a little bit, too colorful for me. And you know, me in my old age, I can only do so much. Now, when it comes to the armor, this is the one armor that I actually thought really went well because it was very compact and it kind of carried on the line themes. These are, of course, the Edo Primes, for those of you guys who have never seen them before. But instead of vertical lines, it's horizontal lines. But I think I could still roll with that. Did I keep the Mag Heirloom Signet on there? Yes, because I just feel like this is giving very, this is just giving very Hildren. It's got very Hildren build on them, and I'm kind of cool with it. I'm kind of into it. For anybody who's curious, that is the Unity. What is it? The Unity, not Signa, whatever, sigil that's on the chest. That's what I use for basically everything. Like I said, this one is going to be weird because even when I did the primary color schemes, I think that the emissive and the energy are flip-flopped from the attachments. Those ones are like a little bit odd as well. And of course, we're sticking with the Officium Sciendana. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the very last one of all of these, which I did not take into mission. I did not test, and I do apologize for that. But, like, I literally sat down to record, and I thought to myself, am I really not going to do a third look? What else could I do for this brick? So I literally just made bricks. And you know what? I'm kind of into it. I kind of am liking it. I went ahead and made bricks. So I used some imagery of like bricks put into a wall. Of course, we have the, what is that thing called? The mortar? The mortar? Yeah, I think it's mortar. The thing that you stick the bricks together with. I did some darker shading in there as well. So there's two different kind of bricky tones, as you can see with the color. I went ahead and stuck Qorvex's like default backpack on there because, I mean, we might as well, right? We might as well explore what that looks like. But again, I didn't test this in any kind of missions. Oh, and also the energy colors. The energy colors are the energy colors because legitimately I just saw all of this brick imagery with a background of like soft blue skies. And I kind of really like the contrast. I know it's like cheesy. It's like cheesy, but that's kind of where I am. With all of this. Also, I was very tempted. I was very tempted to not use the Lok's Embrace. I really like the Lok's Embrace because I like how it's kind of, it gives a little extra oomph to bricks because we're working with bricks, you guys. But I kind of wanted to do the Kudzen ephemera, which of course is the one with the vines that like creep along, and I was like, brick wall, let's just completely go ahead and do that. So I actually played around with a couple different greens to see what I can do, but I'm gonna be honest, it just didn't look cool. So I kind of gave up on it. I was like, I'm good, I'm done. We're just gonna go with the Lok's Embrace. That's gonna be fine. I know it does have that weird effect though, where it like creates vines that creep around you, so I don't know, maybe that kind of goes along with the whole viney thing. That's what's up. It's really weird, but you know what, whatever, we're here now. This wasn't even supposed to be a thing. Let's let's go ahead and leave it on that. I hope you guys got some inspiration, and really what I did for me is like, my inspiration for a lot of this was just looking at rock. The first one was of course marble. The second was bismuth, and the third one was literal bricks. So, I mean, like, look at rocks and shit, because that's as good as we're gonna do here. I hope that proved some sort of inspiration for you. If we're gonna look at animation sets, because I remember us going through helmets and animation sets, I've really only been using a certain amount of animation sets, because I just think everything kind of looks a little bit crazy, if I'm gonna be frank with you. One of the ones that I really did like with this, if, you know, we're trying to be a little flashy, I really actually did like the Mirage Onerio one. Of course, that's not a for serious one, but the other one that I've really been enjoying, it's the one with the hand. The one, it's Sevagoth. The Sevagoth one. That one, I've been using that one a lot, and I've super been into it. Look at that. Just kind of casual, but also mildly threatening. That's what we like these days, right? Anyway, I'm going to get out of there. This is the Necros one. That's what I like. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Wish me luck with kind of getting everything together. I do have an AMA that's kind of like listed somewhere in the community tab if you want to ask some things, and I'll put it in a video. I do have another video that's coming up that I think should be pretty fun, but not be taken too seriously, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.